Hi everyone, my name is Israel Dennis. I'm the Managing Director for Cendien, and we're going to be doing a demo on our test server. The test server will allow you to validate data when you do migrations, conversions, and upgrades. It also allows us to validate your interfaces and your APIs. So if you need any help with developing APIs and interfaces, we're definitely can help you with testing all the on all of these. What we're going to be showing you today is how to run multiple parameters on the jobs. We have built a test scenario here with BN150, and as you see, all of these parameters are written in English. There's no HTML code or any field definitions that's defined on the form itself. These are all English words of the fields available on the form, and this is what we wanted to show you, how simple it is to create a test scenario for a multi-parameter job. So this is what it looks like. It's a JSON file that includes the report name, a job description, and the report parameters. On the bottom, if you can see where it says common parameters, these are going to be parameters common to multiple jobs. So you can have a multi-job report that has multiple parameters, and if the parameters are the same against all of these reports, you can specify them in the bottom and not have to specify them in the individual JSON. For example, in here you can see that update is equal to R. It's going to use a report mode, so we use that common across all of the different jobs. Same thing with the company. In this case, company is 4321. Now, what we also allow you to do is that you can specify the company field on the common parameters, but you can also specify that on the individual jobs, and it will use the individual parameter on the that you specified on the job to override that. So you can have it as a common parameter, and you can also override what you have in the common parameter with the ones that you have on the individual job parameters. So Vish, go ahead and run this test that we have here, and then on the right side you'll see how the report or the job runs. This is a screen capture for how it's going against the server and doing all these things on the back end. You'll see how it connects to the Lawson portal, and then it submits the job. It puts in the actual parameters and runs the job on the back end. So here we are. It's found BN150. It's going to populate the job name and the parameters that are in that job. Let me make this window a little bigger. So let me make it a little bigger so you can see what it does. And see how it's filling in the job details? It'll go through the individual job details and put them in there. But again, we didn't have to go into the actual HTML code for this form. We just took the job parameter names of the form itself. So these are all English words. We didn't have to go underneath here and say, okay, what is the HTML code for these fields? It's very easy to use. Anyone without any Java or HTML or coding experience or knowledge can run these reports just by looking at the individual forms, the individual parameters, and run the reports by creating a simple text file that they can use against our server. So let me move this up a little bit so you can see me in here. This up here. And so it's going through the different parameters. Obviously, we slowed down the job population, the job filling in, so that we can capture it. But when you run this, it'll go a lot faster than this. Again, it submitted a job. You can see that on the back, that it submitted a job, and it completed it. And now at this point, we've filled in the parameters submitted the job, and it's available for you to view on the Print Manager. Now we're going to show you how easy it is to create one from scratch. So that one we made for you. Now what we're going to do is we're going to show you how easy it is for you to build your own jobs. Vish, go ahead and do the case for the 4. So here we're going to do a test scenario for BN205. Let me hide this screen here for a second. And he's going to show you the different parameters. In here you have 3 parameters. You have broker, report sequence, and active flag. So what you would do is you would grab the English name for these parameters and what values to use for these parameters. In our case, we're going to keep it very simple. We're going to say broker is 1, report sequence is 2, and active flag is 3. But you just have to define what your parameters are going to be. So, but the best thing about this is that you don't have to get the HTML code. You just grab the value of that form, the English value of that form. It's not the HTML code, it's not the JavaScript code, just the report name as it shows up in here. So it's select it from here and put it into the text file. Go ahead and show them how to put it into that text file, Vish. So in here let's build the report name. In our case it'll be test name, but this is just report name BN205, the job name that we want to submit. So BN205-test 8, the job description, whatever you wanted to call that job description, test number 8. And then now here's the best part of what we're talking about. This is all text, not text version. It's all English. Nothing like HTML code, nothing. Okay, go back to that JSON file, Vish. So the 3 parameters that you have is you have broker, and in here we're going to specify the parameter, which is 1. The next parameter that we have is going to be report sequence. So he goes and selects it, copies it, and pastes it back onto that file. Number 2. And let's go find the 3rd parameter, active flag. So copies it and brings it back to the JSON and pastes it. Number 3. And again, we're just using 1, 2, 3 because it's for simplicity's sake, but you would have to specify the different parameters. If this was company, you can have it on a comment, but if, let's say you wanted to have broker equals 4, you can go ahead and change that over here, or you can run another job, BN205-test 9 with broker number 2. So this is what we wanted to show you, is how easy it is for you to create your own test jobs without having to go into the individual HTML code or write some complex code. This is something that the average business user can build their own test scenarios for their test cases. We can do this for jobs that are on LSF, for forms that are on Landmark, and also for new APIs or new interfaces that you have. Let's go ahead and run this report, this job, Vish, so they can see what it looks like. And you'll see, let me turn on the video from the server. So here again, he's gonna run it. Here's on this side, on the right-hand side, you're seeing how the job runs on our server on the back end, how it pulls up the information as it goes through it. So it's logging into the portal server. We can test the users. So if let's say you want to run this as a different user, we will have a parameter in there where you can say, okay, I want to run this as user XYZ or user Lawson or user MK or whatever. You can specify the different users. Here it is. It's going to build the job name. Let me make this window a little bigger. It builds a job, test 8, browser equals broker equals 1, report sequence is going to change now to 2, and then it's going to submit the job. It's very simple, very easy to do. Allows us to test security, validate your security, that that the user is able to access, not access these jobs, and give you the option to validate the data when you migrate it, when you convert, when you do upgrades. This works for LSF, this works for Landmark, and it works for a number of jobs, whether they're single parameter, multiple parameter. We can also do this with update forms. So it allows us to validate security, allows us to test data, and allows us to ensure that the system is working like it should. The other benefit that you get with this is that we can have it do some load testing where you can see, okay, how does the system perform when you have 10 users, when you have 100 users, when you have 2,000 users. So for a hospital that has a lot of users on the system, we can predict, or we can tell you, give you a report that says your server is going to have this amount of load. So it's multi option. You can do multiple things with our test server. Anyways, my name is Israel Dennis. I'm the managing director for Cendien. On the recording, we also have Vish, which is our senior developer, and we just wanted to show you the capabilities of our test server. We hope you enjoyed this webinar or this video, and we look forward to any questions that you have. If you have anything that you want to ask us, please feel free to call us at 214-245-4580. You can also visit our website, cendien.com, CENDIEN.com. Thank you very much.